When Rain Fell and Love Rose. In the bustling heart of Lagos, beneath the roar of Danfoss and the haze of dreams deferred, lived a little girl named Ifeoluwa, a name that meant God's love. But growing up, love was the one thing she rarely felt. After her mother died, her father remarried a woman named Sade, sharp-tongued, cold-hearted, and calculating. If became the invisible child in her own home. Sade's children wore fine clothes, ate warm meals, and went to school. If washed their plates, cleaned the floors, and bore the sting of insults and slaps with silence. Her father, once gentle, grew distant. He said nothing. He did nothing. At 13, her back bruised and spirit broken, Ife ran away. She wandered the streets of Oshodi barefoot, clutching a nylon bag with all she owned. Days turned into months. She learned to beg. She learned to sleep under bridges. She made friends among street children, ragged boys and hollow-eyed girls who shared bread and sorrow in equal measure. Years passed. By 19, Ife was thin, sun-darkened and often hungry, but her eyes still held a strange softness, an ember of hope not yet extinguished. On the afternoon of her 19th birthday, the sky threatened rain. She was at a busy intersection in Lekki, stretching out her hand to passing cars, whispering, "Anything for the hungry, a beg." A sleek black SUV stopped. The tinted glass rolled down. A young man stared at her. He had dreadlocks, dark eyes, and wore a hoodie with the logo of his stage name, Jesse Blaze, a rising Afrobeat musician and son of a powerful politician. His world was private jets and pool parties. But in that moment, looking at this girl in torn slippers and quiet dignity, something pierced his heart. "Come," he said softly, "what's your name?" She hesitated. Then, "Ifeoluwa." He took her for a meal, then for a doctor's checkup. Then he bought her clothes. But most of all, he listened. To her pain, her dreams, her quiet strength. He fell in love with not just her beauty, but her soul. His family. Outraged. His mother said, "A beggar? From the gutter? You want to marry a street rat?" His sisters mocked her accent, her silence, her scars. They called her names behind painted smiles. Still, Jessie loved her. But pain has a way of returning. One rainy afternoon, overwhelmed by rejection, I vanished. Jessie searched. He combed every corner of Lagos, from Ikoyi to Ajegunle, until finally, on the same street where they first met, he found her, soaked, shivering, crying by a food vendor's shed. He knelt before her in the mud, held her hands, and whispered, "You are not your past. You are my future." In time, his family saw what Jessie saw. Not a beggar, not a charity case, but a woman of quiet fire and unmatched grace. They welcomed her, not because they had to, but because they finally understood her worth. Jessie and Ifeoluwa married beneath the palms, with the ocean singing in the distance. She wore a simple gown. He sang her a song written from pain and love. The city that once ignored her now danced in her joy. And so, the girl who once begged under bridges became a bride under blessings.